Part 5, Measure Angles. You will find this on page 215 in the Namibian Mathematics Grade 8 textbook, y equals mx plus c to success. Measure angles. In chapter 8, we have learned how to use a protractor to measure angles in degrees. Protractors usually have two sets of numbers going in opposite directions. Be careful which one you use. When in doubt, think, should this angle be bigger or smaller than 90 degrees? Start counting from 0 to be sure. So if you look, then this one is starting, the outside one is starting with 0, and this inside one is starting on this side with 0. There is the baseline, there is the center, there's the inner scale starting here at 0, and the outer scale starting here at 0. Okay. The direction of the inner and the outer scale differ from protractor to another. Read the values carefully. Okay. So if I ask you to measure angle A, B, C and state whether it's acute, obtuse or reflex. So put the protector on the base. That baseline must be on this side of the line. Okay, on this arm. And then just look which one starts with 0. Now if I look at this one, it looks like we can just make it a little bit bigger. Can you see it? The inside one starts with 0. Okay. So basically, let's just put it there. I will now reduce it. So 0, and you will, if you go up to there, it's exactly 30 degrees. So let's just reduce it to normal size again. Okay, so read the inner scale. The scale that starts with 0, where the angle starts. So angle ABC will be exactly 30 degrees. And remember, if it's between 0 and 90 degrees, we call it an acute angle. Okay, I was just copying number 6 here for you to show you how with my protector. So measure angle ABC and state whether it's acute, obtuse or reflex. Okay, so basically, I'm just going to, let's just take this. Take this protractor, put it exactly, so this baseline must be on 0. Now if you look, this inner scale starts from 180. I want them to measure the angle from here to there. So I must look what scale starts there at 0, and that will be the outer scale. So if I look, there, it will be exactly, and let's just write it here, exactly 150 degrees. And because it's between 90 and 180, we say it's an obtuse angle. And this is how I measure this angle 6. Try now 6. Okay, so if I look at this one, this is a bit more complicated. Okay, if I'm saying to you, example 7, measure angle ABC and state whether it's acute, obtuse or reflex. Now, if you look at this, they want you to measure this one, this top one, not this inside. So I can see that it's bigger than 180, so it's going to be reflex. So let's look at the method. Extend lines A, B and BC. If you see that the lines are very short, just take a ruler, I will show you now, and just extend the lines that it's going out of the protractor. So, place the baseline of the protractor on one of the straight lines, only on one, with the center at the vertex of the angle. So that center of the angle must be there in the middle. So if an angle is greater than 180, measure the angle on the other side. This is the angle on the other side. And then subtract it from a revolution, which is 360, to get the reflex angle. Read the inner scale, the scale that starts with 0. So make sure that you are looking at the scale. This scale starts with 0, so just read it from there. So it's 147, but remember this is this angle, not that outside. So I will just take 360 and I subtract it from 147, and that will bring me to an angle of 213 degrees. Okay, now I want you, or I'm going to show you how to do B and C. Now if you look at this, if you was taking, let's just take this protractor. Okay, now remember, let me just mark it. I want this angle. Okay, but because it's bigger than 180, I'm going to measure this inside. But if you take this protractor, I'm going to show you. I'm just going to turn it around, move it up. It's still not turned. Where is my... I just want to turn it still a little bit, that it's exactly on that line. Now, if you were looking at the green line, you would have seen that it's not coming out of the protractor. So basically what I do is I first take a ruler. Can you see what I did? I take a ruler and I put it exactly on this line. And I take a pencil and I'm just extending this line with a ruler. And this is actually what I was showing you there, how to extend the line. So let's just put the ruler there. Let's just go back to the protractor. Okay, and now if I'm looking at this one, I will see that this one, and now look at the scale. You must, because I'm measuring, look, I want to show you, I'm measuring this angle. So you must look at the scale that starts there with 0. And this will be the inside scale. Can you see there? That one starts with 180. So I must read down from this inside scale. Now it looks like it's exactly 1 before 110. So it will be 100, and if I count up to there, it will be exactly, so let's just move it. This will be exactly, inside angle will be exactly 109 degrees. But that is not my answer. Remember, to find that answer, I will take the revolution of 360 and I will subtract the 109 degrees. And that will bring me to an answer of 251 degrees. And if I look at this answer, you can see this is now the red one there. Then I will see it's bigger than 180. So I will say it's an reflex angle. So I'm just going to go through it again. You measure this one on the other side, you get 109. But then you take a revolution, which is 360, and you subtract the 109. And that angle that they were asking will be 251 degrees, and that's a reflex angle. Okay. I want you to do C, or we're going to do C. Now, if you look at number C, exactly, take a ruler, because you can see this angle is very short. So I'm just one of the sides I'm going to extend. Okay, so we're going to take this ruler and we're going to turn it. I just want to see. Yeah, I think it's going to work like this. So basically you just take the ruler and you put it on this line, and then take a pencil. You can take a pen also, but a pencil you can correct. So extend this line, and as soon as you do that, you can remove the ruler. Okay, what angle am I looking for? Let's just mark that angle. In this case, it's the inside angle. It's that angle. Okay, let's just see if I can move this a little bit. So, okay, it's that angle. So I'm going to take my protractor. Let's just take the protractor. Okay, let's just move it. We're going to move it here. And now I'm going to turn it. Turn it all the way up. And now to see, make sure this line, which is on this, I don't have to extend. Only the line that I want to read. So I think it's not so. So we're going to move it a little bit until it's exactly on that line. And make sure that the vertex is on that center there in the middle. And if I'm going to read this, but now remember, I'm measuring, let me show you, I'm measuring this angle. So look at the scale that starts there with 0. That one starts with 180, it's out. That one starts with 0. So I'm looking on this one. And if I look, it's exactly between 30 and 40. So this angle will be, let's just write it here, 35 degrees. And this will be, let's just move this a little bit, that I have space. So this one, I'm going to just rewrite this one. So this one is going to be 35 degrees, and it's smaller than 90 degrees. So we say it's, let's just rewrite, it's an acute angle. It's cute. Small, and that's why it's an acute angle. And this is how I use a protractor to measure angles.